I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Christine Johnston, who will present our 2023 ASTDA Young Investigator Award. Christine?
Thank you. Well, it's my delight and honor to introduce Dr. Jenell Stewart, who has been awarded the Young Investigator Award this year. Dr. Stewart did her training, received her DO and MPH in Global Health from Des Moines University College of Health Sciences, and then went to University of Washington, where she did internal medicine residency and a chief resident year, and then went on to become an ID fellow at the University of Washington. I want to point out that Jenell just finished her training 3 years ago, so that makes it even more amazing what she's accomplished in that time. She has currently is at Hennepin Healthcare, where she's an assistant professor. Jenell has had a long-standing and deep interest in studying infections among women, and particularly women who are in vulnerable situations. She originally did a study of HPV infection in female sex workers in Peru. And during her fellowship, she studied STIs in unhoused women in Seattle who engage in transactional sex and also who use drugs, and has really done groundbreaking work there. And she also has amazingly been working on the doxycycline PEP study in Kenya, where she basically developed the protocol, implemented the study during COVID, and is now presenting amazing results from that study, some of which we heard yesterday at the session looking at doxycycline adherence during that study. And we're looking forward to many additional findings from that work. Finally, one thing about Jenell that really inspires me is she doesn't just do the research, she asks, how are we doing this research and how can we be more inclusive and more equitable? And she's worked really hard on thinking about decolonizing global health and how we do research in those settings. And she's also not afraid to ask the hard questions of people in power as we are doing this research. As an example, she called out the Lancet ID for using some photos of people who may not have been able to consent. And so really, Jenell, I think she's going to be contributing a great amount to our field, and I'm really proud to offer this award.
And you have to put it up for the photographer. Tom, let's take a picture.
I was told I had to pose for photos, but
Yeah,
do I have to do a lot of
photos
it?
and then,
Okay.
yeah, because we don't want to lose you. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you for those kind words, and thank you, ASTDA. It's an incredible honor, and I really appreciate being officially recognized as still young. That's really the best part. But in all truth, this is a huge recognition that is a culmination of years of hard work and dedication and unwavering support from so many people. I first want to recognize my colleagues and collaborators, especially those at Kenya Medical Research Institute, University of Washington, University of Minnesota, and Hennepin Healthcare. You have created an amazing research environment where impactful work thrives, and it's a pleasure to work with you. I also want to thank my many amazing mentors who have been my guiding light throughout the development of my research. I specifically want to thank Jared Baton, Elizabeth Bakusi, Deborah Donnell, Lisa Manhart, Jane Simoni, Jason Baker, Simon Rosser, Christine Johnston, Connie Kellum, Julie Dombrowski, and Shirisha Danareddy, who have contributed so much time, so much energy, countless edits that have really shaped me as a researcher. I'm really excited for the next chapter of my career and so much work ahead of me to implement new programs for improving preventive health care for preventing STIs and HIV, especially people who are engaging in transactional sex. But I also want to recognize that improving healthcare alone is not enough, and this healthcare exists within a social structure, and we must advocate for decriminalization of sex work, drug use, and abortions. Thank you.